Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here in solo at your service today. And for so many of you, you're wondering, hey, do I release the body? Do I release the hands? What in the world does that mean anyways? But I can tell you one thing, I want to stop this flipping down here because my wrists look terrible and I'm hitting all this super high shots and hitting the ground before the ball, and I'm losing distance. I should be hitting a lot farther for my irons and driver. I'm going to answer those very easily for you right here in this session. Stay tuned. But before we begin, of course, we would love for you to join us forever here at Wisdom in Golf. So click the subscribe button. And, after you've watched the whole video, I'd love to hear your comments or questions or suggestions for future videos. And, give us a thumbs up while you're at it. Really appreciate that. An easy task for you. This is our latest task at Wisdom in Golf over the course of this winter, is a pandemic-born task. Now, imagine to get more club speed, you take a paintbrush and you put, dip it in water, don't want to make a mess, and you want to take the water and you want to separate it from the paintbrush. So you're going to give it a nice sling, and the violent change of direction here at the bottom pulls the water out of the paintbrush. So now take that, duct tape it to a golf club, and make sure that paintbrush is very, very light, okay? But this image should be enough for you. I want to take the water out of this paintbrush and I want to spray it into the wall. So let's look at what would need to happen if that were to occur. And you'll realize as you do that, as you focus on that, here it is in slow motion, taking the paint from the paintbrush, I'm waiting. There, it starts here, and the majority of the water comes out right there towards my net. So, and then you'll look at your swing after that and you'll go, wow, look at that lag. Wow, look at that beautiful clearance of my hips, because my brain needs to bring the water over here. For most of you, the ball is your target, so that's like taking the water out of this paintbrush and throwing it at the water. Or, throwing it at the golf ball. So here I am throwing the water at the golf ball, and you see that beautiful chicken wing? Because my body had to stop here facing my target. And I had to let go of my lag plenty early. And as soon as my paintbrush catches up with my hands, we have the old flip-ola. There it is. So when the club passes the hands and I'm trying to lift the ball or I'm trying to spray the water at my ball, you get chicken wing, you get flip, and you get the stuff that you don't want. So how do we do it? Well, when I spray my water at my target, all I need to do is figure out how to put the ball in the way, right? So here we go. If I do it from here, it feels like I'm going to miss the ball entirely. Here we go. My attention is right there on that net. There's a nice target in the middle of it, and I'm going to spray the water right there. Here we go. Spray the water there, and yes, I missed the ball. So I bring the brush down to the grass, and I'll go, okay, if I spray the paint in the direction of the target, well, it feels now that the ball will get brushed on the way by. Here we go. I'm delivering my water there. There it is. So I was delivering my water that way, and the brush, actually the frame of the brush, you heard the sound, hit the ball. So the ball was in the way of me spray painting the water there. That's the difference. So when I'm going in that direction, well, the brain's got to go get the ground, use the ground to get my body out of the way. Notice my hands come through first, then the shaft, then the beginning of the heel or the paintbrush, then the toe of the club, and there's the release. So my body is completely out of the way, release the body, and the weight of the club now, which I'm projecting toward the target, has to now release me. So a good way to feel that, and it's done in every sport, and you've seen me do this in a lot of my videos, just watch Pete Sampras deliver in slow motion. Go Pete Sampras, pronation, serve, slow motion. And you'll see him come through. Looks like he's going to split the ball in half. And then there's this beautiful release of the anatomy. See how my hand turns over? So if you had a sword in your hands and you're going to slash through a bamboo shoot, notice the brain's got to go get the ground. Use the ground to get the body out of the way. Here comes the elbow, hand, shaft, tip of shaft, release. There's the release of the anatomy. So when I slash, notice how the weight of the sword releases me. Look at it in your direction. See that? It's inevitable. It's like in baseball, when you're hitting a shot over the pitcher's head into center field, there's a full release of the bat. The trail hand has to clear over the lead hand, and the lead hand must yield out of the way. Otherwise, it's a checked swing and a broken wrist or two. So we don't want to hold on to this. We want to release it. We want to release it. We want to let it release us. So now, I have a ball, I have a target. I want to release my water toward the target. Is the ball in the way? No, no. Hey, that's pretty good. So it feels like the sole of the club is going to, drag through a little bit of grass here when I release my paint over there. Well, what's it going to feel like when I whip the paint out there? Oh, yeah, it feels about like release the paint. You want to come and have a look? Just so you guys see how much fun this is. So I'm hitting a 7-iron draw. There's 189. Here we go. All right. My 7. All right. So you can see nice club speed there with that 7-iron. Coming from the inside, down and through. That's when you can tell. If I release at the ball, when my students release at the ball, it's like 9, 10, 11 degrees up because they went into the ground and they're trying to lift the ball. But when I'm throwing toward the target, I always have a downward angle of attack. And there's the draw. So my carry was 188, my total 189. So I got some good spin on that. So let's look at the replay here. See how pretty that is? And here it comes, right over the flag. Flag's at 180 right there. That is bliss on a stick, people. That's what I want for all of you guys out there, is this kind of ball striking. So to resume, I need to go that way. You want to snap a punch that way? Brain's got to go get the ground, use the ground to get you out of the way, and that punch needs to release. This is not a complete punch. If you want to do uppercut, that's different, but still the uppercut has a little release to it. The jab has a major release to it, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So when I'm swinging towards you, this is held on, ball slides off the face, off it goes to the right. This is thrown at my ball. Notice the chicken wing. My body quits here. It stops turning. Why? My target. But if I want the target to be towards you, and I'm going to throw this club towards you, here it comes. Throw. See what happens? Collect the ball here, face is slightly open. Release the ball there, square to slightly closed, depending on the draw or fade. And then the continuation of that release is there. Notice how my hand is under, and I'm letting that club release in your direction. So you have a task, you deliver in the direction of your target, and you allow the weight of the instrument to release you. If you want more information on this, go to our premium channel. It's only $9.99 or $9.95 a month, $10 a month. And you're going to see my release videos. There's the lead hand release, so you get a full idea of how that works individually. The trail hand release, the release fine tuning, and then we got snap release polish, an amazing video that's really hits the feel of this thing home. Then when you throw the club in the direction of the target, the next videos you want to see are throwing the club. If you throw the club in that direction and don't let go, well, the weight of the club has to release your anatomy. But you need to know what that feels like, what it looks like, and understand it so you can allow it to let it happen, right? Then after we do that, we do turbocharge that release so you know how the legs react to the G-force of that release. And then all of a sudden, woof, magically a golf swing appears. And then you can fine tune that with the pre-motor cortex series, something I could never put on YouTube because nobody's searching for that stuff, but it's highly important stuff to prepare your central nervous system to get you ready for a specific task. You give it the wrong task, you get the wrong result. So you need to understand how that command comes from in here into here. It's amazing how this works. Wherever your focus is, your energy flows in that direction. So you need to be very highly educated as to where you're going to put your focus. And then you want a confirmation that you actually stayed with it. So that works in target confirmation series. So get on our premium at wisdomingolfpremium.com, and then you won't believe what we have in there. I mean, there's over 400 videos, always 2 angles to the camera. It's my life's work. You'll see Moo and Sav in there with me with certain of my videos. And the most important part, though, is you understand how this machine works from here out, and then you'll stop wasting your time with Pinocchio positioning. All right? This is what I want for you. All the best. See you next week.